Today's episode can be summed up in one acronym. For small business owners, when it comes to retirement, it's YOYO. You're on your own. YOYO. Yo-yo. You don't have some magic free money match on your 401k from an employer. You are the employer. You're even paying both the employee and the employer sides of Social Security and Medicare taxes. And even worse than those two things is that it's hard to find someone that's on your side and can help you develop a personal and business retirement plan without charging you an arm and a leg, even when they aren't taking the time to truly understand your business and personal goals and needs and what you're looking for. It's frustrating. I totally get it. But it's still important to ask, what's my exit plan? And if the past decade has taught us anything, it's taught us that we can't plan on selling our businesses. That can't be our only exit plan. How many mom and pop hardware stores, for example, are closing instead of selling because of the big box and online retailers that are selling hardware that weren't 40 years ago? How many of our generation are even going to be able to buy businesses even if we wanted to? So why do we think a generation, the next one or the one after that will be there to buy ours? But there is a better way. There's a way to embrace yo-yo and take control to secure your own future. And don't worry, it's not going to mean your business grows too slowly or that you have to scrimp and save. It just takes some smart, stable financial thinking. Welcome to the Five Movement. I'm your host, Amanda Neely. This is the only movement that helps our generation create our unique, feminine, and entrepreneurial approach to financial independence. Be sure to subscribe, and if you're watching on YouTube, hit that bell for future episodes. Now, if you do a web search, which I'm not recommending, I'm just saying if you do a web search for retirement planning for small business owners, what you're going to find, at least when I did it, were lots of results talking about self-employed 401ks and IRAs or simple IRAs, and then there's solo 401ks and all the different names for these products. And it's just so hard to decipher them. But then you see there's also a really common objection to all of these, and it's that owners don't necessarily think of themselves as retiring per se. My question to you is this: the stats show that 50% of retirees were forced into retirement by something like a layoff, an illness, or the illness of a loved one. Now, you might not be laid off since you're the owner, but do you think it's possible, maybe even probable, that your business will be forced to close by market conditions outside your control or by your own or a loved one's illness? If you think that has even a 10% likelihood of happening, you owe yourself some cash to carry you through, even if you can't sell the business, right? You need some kind of money outside of your business that can be there for you in case you need it. Now, the thing you won't see in those search results is questioning if the typical retirement accounts are a good idea. As young entrepreneurs ourselves, my husband and I, we didn't see the point in matching a 401k just to lock it away until we were 59 and a half. We needed money to be accessible to help grow our business. And in our case, our sales, if they declined for a short period of time, we needed cash to be able to buy groceries and pay the rent and stuff. We didn't want to pay a 10% penalty to help our business grow or to get through an emergency like that. So we just shied away from those 401ks and IRAs. Maybe you're kind of similar. Plus, typically as a business owner, we've got a lot more control over our taxes than when we're done owning a business. And using a traditional 401k or IRA, you save the taxes now only to pay them later. And that didn't seem to us like a winning proposition. There was business equipment that we could depreciate and things that we could also use to help control our tax rate. Later on, if we weren't in business for whatever reason, there would likely be less deductions. So even if we were in the same the tax brackets stay the same, we'd probably be in a higher one just because we didn't have as much to deduct. But on top of that, tax rates can change, and none of us know what they're going to be in 5 years, let alone 20 or 30 years. But with this pandemic and all the stimulus things that are happening, I don't think they could go down. But what's most important is what you think. So let me ask you this. Would you enter a business partnership with someone who said they'd tell you their share of your business later? I hope not. But isn't that what you're doing in a 401k or IRA that taxes later? The IRS will tell you what their share of your account will be in the future, and you don't really have a choice. That's what you have to pay. But I did tell you that I would tell you about a better way. In short, it's by taking over the banking side of your business. What do I mean by that? Well, you're already in the banking business. You set terms for your customers and when they need to pay you. You negotiate terms for when you need to pay your vendors. You hold on to like taxes that you're going to owe in the future until they're due. You're in the banking business. Money is flowing through your hands. You're calling the shots with what happens with some of it. What if you could use the banking side of your business to create wealth that you can depend on to help grow your business when the opportunity presents itself, or to be there for you in case you need it before or during retirement? As a business owner, you've got a great opportunity to do what they call bank on yourself. If you'd like to learn more about this concept, that more and more of Americans, especially business owners, are choosing as an alternative to 401ks and IRAs, visit findoutmorenow.com and use the passcode AN79. It's A as in Amanda, N as in Neely, and 79. Or I'll just put a link in the show notes and that'll take you right there, and go ahead and fill in that passcode for you. I chose to bank on myself about 7 years ago, and I've never regretted the decision. I think you owe it to yourself to see if it could benefit you. For now, thank you for joining me and connecting with the Fife movement. As you go about your day today, remember, wealth is coming your way. Your job is to prepare for using it well, to set up the banking system that you have to work in your favor rather than in someone else's favor. For more tips on how to prepare, be sure to subscribe. And to connect with the community, visit fifemovement.com. If my gift has helped you today, please pay this gift forward by sharing this content with a friend. My gratitude in advance. To help this video be seen by more people, please hit the like button. We invite your feedback in the comments below.